flag is out. We're racing in the Poconos.
That's what I was going to say. Kind of a slow start on the front row, and you could see what resulted. Guys in the back bumping into one another. Hopefully no damage. I saw Stephen Parsons swing wide. Look at the dive to the bottom for Hocevar.
42, wasting no time as they funnel down into turn one.
Ooh. I think Stephen was heads up on that when he had a nice run. He said, oh, I better abort, and the truck behind him.
Garcia trying to get back to second.
That's a
inside of Hocevar tunnel turn.
That's a tough pass to make down on the bottom in the tunnel. It's so fast there. Talked to a couple of drivers yesterday, and they said the draft here changes everything. You can't really see where you're going and find your lift points because you're so tucked up behind the truck in front of you. Not only does it speed you up down the straightaway, it hurts visibility.
And that tunnel turn is rough, too. That thing gets bumpier every year.
Watch this three-wide move. Bam, there it is.
The old 2-for-1. Zane Smith in the 38. Got a little draft. Those trucks running side by side. Can he get second into turn one? Yes, he can.
Perfect scenario for Zane Smith, though, when those trucks were side by side, punching such a huge hole in the air, and he took advantage of it.
Look at Matty D down on the bottom, getting a push. Grant Enfinger on the back of that 25 truck. We talk about drafting, but man, these have been some great shots early on in this race to see exactly what we mean by how important it is here at Pocono.
On board Kyle Busch. Scored in the 13th position, side by side with Stuart Friesen.
And he couldn't stay in the gas. Stewart up on the outside.
Stewart's got to go because you look at those drivers. Oh, and there's a hard hit.
Tanner Gray.
First caution of the day. Comes out a couple of laps in.
And that's exactly, oh, nice job by Ankrum hanging on, but he's going to have a little damage. Man, you just feel terrible for.
In this opening stint of the race, Sanchez goes once again, as we talk about, in that outside lane. It's been so fruitful so far today at Pocono.
A lot tighter start than the initial start.
Everybody's pushing along. Here comes the flare out.
It's Austin Hill sneaking out of line. Big push for Zane Smith to take over the top spot into turn one. Final lap of the stage. Zane Smith out in front of Matt DiBenedetto. Big for Matty D, trying to get some of those stage points. Same for Nick Sanchez. Started on the pole. He is third, but he too will collect a bunch of stage points here.
So is Stuart Friesen, racing hard for that stage point.
Taylor Graven thought he might try to cross him over there. And there, Christian Eckes, remember, started all the way at the back of the field. Christian up to the 11th spot.
Here's Zane Smith going to take the opening stage. Third stage victory of the season. And knowing he's in the field and the likelihood of him winning maybe also helps change your strategy, and you say, give me those points. He's on the front row for the restart here with Zane Smith at stage 2 at Pocono.
That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? When they just start so smoothly and then start to fan out in the back. Here comes Corey Heim. Is it Heim time for the lead? Heck yeah.
Dives to the inside of Kyle Busch. 11 on point at Pocono. Meantime, the 2 of Nick Sanchez get shuffled on the restart.
A little bit of build up on the tires, maybe.
Look, coming back at Corey for the lead with the push from Stuart Friesen. Give the lead back to Kyle Busch.
Friesen stayed out. He's got his eye on some big points late in this stage. Up to third is the 52. You remember a month ago when we were worried about our defending champ Zane Smith? He had that run of finishes outside the top 20.
I wasn't worried.
Okay. Back-to-back runner-up finishes, and now doing what he's doing today. Zane Smith is the man at Pocono. He takes stage 2. Friesen, Sanchez, DiBenedetto, Enfinger the top 5. In the cycle of stops, he gets the free pass. He's back on the lead lap as we begin the final stage here at Pocono.
Man, that's wild looking, isn't it? Just think about if you're in the third or fourth row, you can't see ahead of you. You got to look around to the side where you see those cones are on the fence to make sure you know where you're at. That's tough to do right there.
Corey Heim did a nice job of holding on to that lead from that outside restart position.
Hey, his young teammate did a good job of pushing him. Taylor Gray gave him the shove.
Look at that dive by Christopher Bell. on Eckes. He goes way low into turn 3. Can he keep that truck low on that angle? Of course you can if you're Christopher Bell. He's a veteran.
As Kaz Gralla, that one truck right beside him. Kaz gets off the corner pretty well.
Oh. Well, you know, if you get hit too,
That'll get you a little bit sideways as well.
But he was free down on the bottom.
He was,
I think Christian just ran up on him a little bit. Man, if he's able to beat Kyle here on Pocono with the experience and the wins Kyle has here, another huge day in that young man's career.
You started believing in him at Martinsville. Maybe an exclamation point today, although just as we say it, Kyle Busch goes by. Crossover for Heim in turn 1. Good battle for the lead.
Do we call that an attempted slide job here at Pocono? I think Kyle's going to be in the preferred line on the outside through the tunnel turn here.
See that side draft. Whoa. Corey Heim dove it in there and grabs the lead back.
Strong move by Corey Heim.
Talent on full display for Corey Heim, going toe-to-toe with one of the best and holding his own.
So he wants to get up to the top side of the racetrack, and you can see he's filling it out up there, running about a half truck length higher than Heim through the tunnel. Oh,
Sanchez. And driven back up inside the top 15.
Garcia
Great
also.
save here. Yep, and Garcia. Two drivers that started on the front row today having a problem with 15 to go.
that has every bit the look of getting loose on the bottom, like we've talked about. I just was talking about Kyle Busch being that way, and two trucks get together like that, you wonder what happened. We'll see.
11 outside, 51 inside. Time to decide it at Pocono.
11 needs number 17 to get a good start, and he does just that. Pushes the 11 ahead of Kyle Busch.
Starting to pull out a line. Out row 4, but Heim able to get the push he needs and slide down in front of Kyle Busch for the race lead.
Carson Hocevar makes it 3 wide, he squeezes up.
And we've got trouble.
Oh no, Stuart Friesen's involved.
Caution
Look at Matt
number
Crafton.
5.
Matt Crafton, that bright yellow truck slips through there nicely.
And Sanchez was back there after the earlier spin. I believe was able to get woed down and avoid any problems.
Carson dive to the bottom, make it 3 wide. Kaz up the middle there in the blue truck, and then he just pulls up. Didn't know he was 3 wide, maybe, possibly, but mistake. Oh. See, late there, Ross got into the crippled number 52 of Stuart Friesen.
Yeah, don't know whether he just chased it up the hill or moved up the hill. But
It looked like he just moved up the hill, maybe thinking he could squeeze his way up, and certainly.
And it's chaos. You can see right here. These trucks were not able to see after the initial truck started spinning and created so much smoke.
Heim going to get a push in the outside lane from Taylor Gray. Busch getting his help in the draft from Christopher Bell. We're going to finish it off at Pocono.
They're bumping.
And they're jumping out of line.
Oh, and Kyle's there. He's been loose down there, though.
Is there enough momentum in that outside lane? Yes, there is. Corey Heim back on point.
What a move around the top. Corey Heim drives away, but the draft is going to be strong as they come down toward turn 2.
Been such an incredible season for Corey Heim. Even though he missed the race at St. Louis, in position to win the regular season championship. Held off Kyle Busch for the win at Martinsville. Got his second win at Mid-Ohio. But he's going to lose the top spot here in the tunnel turn. Kyle Busch waited, and then he pounced. Kyle is out front at Pocono.
Kyle used every one of those years of experience to make that pass on Corey Heim.
Off of turn 3. Hello, history books. It's going to be win number 100 for Kyle Busch Motorsports, and it comes courtesy of the boss. Kyle Busch delivers at Pocono.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle he didn't make the pass or attempt to make the pass getting in turn 1 because he knew he needed to get off of 2 better. If he tries to make the pass into turn 1 and it doesn't work, then he's going to lose all his momentum. It's just a smart race by a great driver.
And he's got the 100 wins flag. Fitting that he was able to hit the century mark for KBM.